What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. With so many people posting about how they are already receiving their stimulus checks, it's causing a lot of chaos in the banks and amongst people. What I can tell you right now is earlier today I read an article that was talking about the amounts of people pulling their money out of the banks. They were going to the banks, pulling their money out of the ATM machines. I thought this was not entirely true. So I decided I was going to take a drive, go look around where I live and see if people were lining up like this article was saying. And guess what? It was true. People are lining up trying to pull their money out of the banks because they are worried. They are worried for two reasons. One, they're worried the banks will not have enough money to actually be able to pay them their $600 and pay $600 for every single person. That's a big key. That's a big issue. Also, some people are worried that the government will go, if they run out of money, need more money, or for whatever reason, go and take their stimulus check back. Here's what I want to tell you. First, the government is not going to take your stimulus check back. They're not going to do that because if the government needs more money, they'll just print more money. That's essentially what they're doing right now anyway. Secondly, just because others are getting their payments right now, it's no reason to be alarmed. And I know a lot of people right now are worried that, okay, my friend, my sister, my brother, my colleagues, whoever, my friends on Facebook are all getting their stimulus checks, but why not me? What did I do wrong? And so once that check clears, everybody's rushing to the bank, taking that money out. Here's what I want to tell you. First, the IRS has stated that many banks are waiting until January 4th to actually release those funds. So because of this, we got about 2 more days. Just understand, if you see your payment is pending, or maybe you don't even see it at all, it will show up eventually. If you received a direct deposit from the first stimulus check through the CARES Act, you will receive a direct deposit for the second stimulus check for $600. Now, if you are worried that, okay, January 4th rolls around and you still do not have your stimulus check, I'd say wait an additional 2 days. Wait until January 6th, sometime in the evening, and if you still do not see it show up at your bank account, then it's not time to be worried, but it's time to consider calling the IRS and figuring out why your stimulus check hasn't arrived. What's the delay? First, I'd suggest using the IRS tool called Get My Payment Portal. Right now, it's actually not functioning, it's not set up, it's not working. So you cannot use it today. However, sometime this coming week, it should open up. It will most likely open up on Monday. However, if you cannot wait until then, and you want to get down to the bottom of this and wonder where is your stimulus check, you can actually call the IRS directly. Now, I'm going to give you a phone number, but I always recommend go ahead, look on Google, go to the irs.gov website and verify this number. Okay, I'm not giving you a fake number, but always verify. It's always better to check. The number is 800-919-9835. I'll say it again, 800-919-9835. That's the number you can call and talk to somebody directly at the IRS. Now, what so many people are worried about right now regarding the $2,000 stimulus check, okay, because there are so many worries. They're wondering, okay, well, if I get the $2,000 stimulus check, are they going to ask me to pay back $600 first, and then they'll give me the $2,000 stimulus check, or how's it going to work? Well, there's a lot of misinformation out there. If the $2,000 stimulus check passes, which as of right now, it hasn't passed through the House and the Senate and signed into law. So don't worry about it just yet. But if it happens, the IRS would simply send you an additional $1,400 per person that received a stimulus check. So just keep that in mind. Now, a lot of people have expressed their frustration with such a small stimulus check of only $600. President Trump said multiple times, and he continues to say this, we need more. $600 is a paltry amount. That's not enough. It's not going to do what we need it to do. How are the American people supposed to go and spend this in the economy? How can they be consumers if they do not have any money to actually consume the products, services, or things that they need? It's not just President Trump. President Trump said, yes, I support $2,000 stimulus checks. He supported $1,200 stimulus checks, yet he signed the bill that only included $600. Even Nancy Pelosi, Chuck Schumer, Lindsey Graham, Bernie Sanders, and even Dick Durbin all stated They would love to have a $1,200 stimulus check, but $1,200 was still not enough. They wanted $2,000 stimulus checks, and $2,000 must be considered. However, all of them voted in favor for the $600 stimulus check. So right now, we can't all be pointing at Mitch McConnell saying, it's because of you. You're the one that did it. Yes, he's the one that's holding it back now. But all those people and every single congressman and woman that voted for this $600 stimulus check, that voted for in favor of that $900 billion bill, they're the reasons we only are getting $600. The worry amongst Americans is that Congress is going to wait far too long to pass another stimulus package. This is a legitimate worry. It's a legitimate worry. Now, I'm going to give you some numbers, some dates in just a minute, but this is a legitimate worry that I think every single person, every single one of us, you and I included, are worried that this could happen again. If Mitch McConnell is still the leader of the Senate, this could definitely happen again. Earlier, I talked about what Joe Biden has planned and why that could ultimately make a huge difference when it comes to the stimulus talks. What he has planned could play a major part in this, especially if Democrats win the Georgia Senate runoff in just 3 days. As I mentioned, this is an extremely important election. The January 5th Georgia Senate runoff is extremely important because if 2 Democrats win, then the likelihood we see a $2,000 stimulus check, and as soon as just 2 weeks from now, is very high. Also, the likelihood of an even larger stimulus package, the whole package, is likely as well. This could increase. What you need to understand is that multiple Democrats stated that the only reason they even voted for that $900 billion stimulus package that included $600 stimulus checks, that included $300 in unemployment benefits, that included $82 billion for schools, $16 billion for vaccines, is because that was the only thing that was available. That was the only bill that saw a legitimate, bipartisan support. If they had more options, they would have voted for something else. But that's what they voted for. But if Democrats win in just 3 days, they win the Senate, this will most likely not be another bipartisan or a majority bipartisan bill. It would most likely favor Democrats and their demands and have a little bit of Republicans sprinkled in. But we will have to wait and see. Now, just to give you an idea of how long we have waited for an additional stimulus package, because it seems like decades, here's what we know. Here's what I can tell you. Americans have endured 275 days since the CARES Act passed. That was between the CARES Act and this $900 billion stimulus package that passed on December 27th. We also had to wait 214 days between when the HEROES Act passed on May 27th and this $900 billion stimulus package. This is what many people are worried about. Waiting an additional 200 days just won't cut it. This will not get the help to the American people fast enough. This cannot work. Millions of people right now are stretched way too thin. A lot of people are saying they cannot pay for their rent because $600 is just not enough. They cannot pay for their bills that they are currently behind on because $600 is not enough. They cannot put food on the table. They have to ration medications because $600 is just not enough. Then you factor in the unemployment benefits. $300 per week as a boost. That's great. That's something. But it's still not enough. Many people are saying that they do not qualify for rental assistance based on what many states are going to allow them to actually file under because they make too much money. They make too much money because they get paid unemployment benefits. Their unemployment benefits push them over the limit, so now they can't actually get the rental assistance that they need because they are technically a higher income earner. That's a terrible situation to be in. You're on unemployment, you get a $300 per week boost, which is great, which is helpful, but at the same time, that $300 per week boost comes up to $1,200 per month. That $1,200 per month might not even cover rent. And not to mention trying to get back on your feet to dig yourself out of the hole because you are 6 to 8 months behind in rent because the rental protections, you haven't been evicted yet, but you're on the verge. You're close. The eviction protection ends on February 1st, as of right now. What happens if rental assistance takes so long? And many states predict this. Many experts are predicting States are going to take so long that many people will most likely be evicted between the time it takes to get the system up and running, the time it takes to actually apply, time it takes to go through the applications, figure out who should actually receive these benefits, and then go in and pay it out to the landlords. By the time the landlord receives the money, it could be the middle to end of February. That's what's currently being said. Right now, bills need to be paid. The $600 is great. It helps. Hey, it's greatly appreciated. But at the same time, $600 just doesn't do enough. That's what currently many people in Congress and many experts, many economists are saying the exact same thing. So that's what we know. But over the next few days, we are bound to get much more information. We're bound to see what's going to happen in Georgia, which is going to be critical. It's going to be huge. Just want you to understand. Make sure you subscribe to this channel so I can continue to keep you updated on everything that's going on, because I guarantee what happens this week is going to set us up for the next 2 years. So make sure you subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one.